Hey, what's going on, everybody? VHS Tacos is back with the last movie review of the year. It's in IMAX to go check out The Matrix. Give you a bit of a plot breakdown. We're going to keep it as spoiler light as possible. I'll give you a heads up when we get into spoiler territory. Get things started. We have Mr. Anderson, who is living his best life. He is this video game designer of the most masterful trilogy known across the entire planet. Everybody's played it and loved it, young and old. It's brilliant. There he is, day in, day out. He's living his best life. He just doesn't feel fulfilled enough. Something feels off. Something feels wrong. He just doesn't quite know what it is. He's seeing a therapist, Neil Patrick Harris, about it.
It's so great.
And he tells him, it's okay if you're having those suicidal thoughts. We got you through it once before. We'll get you through it again. It ain't no big deal. Just go ahead and take this pill. It'll help you feel better. Morpheus, he pops up.
Yeah.
Got some stuff going on about him. And, you know, one thing leads to another, and we get to the second half of the movie. And this is where the spoilers come in. So please jump and go away. Yes, we have Morpheus. He's back. However, Morpheus is this cybernetic nanobot type machine. So, I mean, obviously, as you know, at the end of the third Matrix movie, Neo dies.
Yeah.
Trinity dies. They stop Mr. Smith, and, you know, there's some form of very hazy agreement between the machines and humans that, you know, you did this for us, now we'll kind of step off a little bit, no big deal. Well, so why are we back in the Matrix? They do explain that Neo and Trinity have the most fruitful essences to harness energy. And keeping them in close proximity because, you know, like Huey Lewis said at the beginning of Back to the Future, power of love is a curious thing. And those two, the energy that they have together, I mean, that love is enough to save the entire universe from this menace and this threat. So they're able to keep them in the pods, close, but not too close. Yes, they did die. They didn't retcon that. They did die. But they did regenerate their bodies. They did kind of, you know, do some surgery stuff going on, which is pretty gruesome to look at. Yeah, I mean, not like Cyberpunk, you know, forms and modifications, no Johnny Silverhand or anything like that, but enough to keep him, you know, alive and spry. And so when he wakes up, you know, he thinks, oh man, it's been 20 years, haha, a little bit of meta there, because, you know, the last movie was like 20-some years ago, almost. No, it's been 60 years. We've got a whole new wave. Zion doesn't really exist anymore. Now we have this new utopia, but it's a utopia that is meshed human and machine alike. And that some machines have cooperated with them, and they're using some machines to their advantage and everything like that. It's a great step forward. Back to, you know, Morpheus. Morpheus is part of that. He is part machine, part nanotechnology.
It's very interesting.
It is. It's very interesting. But, you know, I mean, of course, you're never going to top Lawrence Fishburne. But even though you don't need to, like, top him on that pedestal, you can make space on that pedestal for Yahya Abdul-Mateen. He is brilliant. He plays it with so much swag.
Cool.
You know, I mean, whereas the first iteration, you know, the first three movies, Morpheus and The Matrix, was very cool, calm, collected. You know, but he was also very stoic, very straight-faced. He had a couple wisecracks here and there. Yahya, he's dancing around. He's having a good old time. He's having a blast because the trilogy that Mr. Anderson was working on was The Matrix. It was the first three movies. It's meta. It's in canon. You know, they basically use those real-life experiences to say, oh, that's why you have all those wonderful dreams and memories, because it's a game that you created. This is what you're responsible for.
He lost the difference between reality and the video game is what Mr. Neil Patrick Harris said.
Exactly. And once again, we're getting really meta real-world vibes here. We have a moment where Morpheus and Neo meet for the first time, and it's, you know, it's reminiscent of the first movie and how they meet, but then he mentions, you know, oh, I've been doing my homework on you, buddy. I've been watching and studying and everything. It's brilliant. It's so well done and well thought out. You know, I mean, the first half is very topsy-turvy. It's very getting Neo, Mr. Anderson, into that state of mind of, you know, I'm ready to take that red pill and then dive back in.
Yeah.
And then the second half is a little bit more Matrix-y, you know, that you're used to, going in, guns blazing and everything like that. But it's a love story, really, at the core of this movie. This is a love story between Neo and Trinity. And the whole, basically the whole idea is just to get her out. Because, of course, you can only exit the Matrix of your own free will.
Yes.
We have a great cast of crew.
The chemistry, just with everyone, not just Neo.
Everybody vibes, like, super, super well.
Trinity.
They all mesh so well
so
together.
Great.
It is. It's great. I mean, you know, Keanu. Look, the guy's a legend. All right, it's on his shirt. Okay, you're never gonna beat him. You know, he plays the cocky game designer role well. He plays the drunk well. He plays the I'm out of my element well. But then when he starts to get that back, you know, that line from the trailer, you know, oh, I still know kung fu. Awesome, just awesome in every sense of the word, man. It's so cool to see him and Yaya go at it. You know, Yaya as Morpheus, like we mentioned before, he has an absolute freaking blast doing his own spin on it.
Yeah.
And Carrie-Anne Moss is back as Trinity, and we have a new layer because, you know, as she's still in the Matrix, she is a mother, a very happy mother.
And a wife.
Whose husband is Chad. But if you actually look at Chad is actually, this is a fun Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband Chad is actually Chad Stahelski, one of the directors of the John Wick movies, and a stunt coordinator as well. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he worked on the original Matrix. So, you know, nice little full circle. You know, once again, the movie's meta. We have Jonathan Groff, okay? Which,
he did really great, too.
I love Mindhunters. I love seeing what he could do there. And now we have him here as a very Mr. Smith type. Hearing him yell out, Mr. Anderson. It's, woo! Boy, it sends chills down your spine. He's wonderful.
No, it does.
And of course you have Neil Patrick Harris. He's fantastic basically as the AI overlord. You know, the one who is working for the guys in the suits.
The one who thinks he's running everything.
He thinks he's
the
running
guy.
it. Yeah, he's the ground lever. He's the store manager, you know. He goes in with his pants all pulled up and he's all happy, but he knows there's people above him. And everybody just plays so well. You know, they play in the world so well.
And even the new ship team, I don't know.
Yeah, so we have a new
so,
ship crew.
So cool. Yeah, the crew. Mm-hmm. The crew's really cool.
And they're great. You know, everybody kind of has their own little moment to shine. They have their own jokes, their jabs, and everything like that.
It's not like they're all trying too hard. Like, it's like they've been doing this. Like, they literally are just a part of the Matrix, and this is what they do. And
exactly.
It went really well.
We do also have some fantastic action as well. You know, I mean, let's be honest here. The first Matrix movie is the grandfather of action cinema. You know, I mean, the things they did back then were just mind-blowing and fantastic. This is no slouch here. We still have some huge jaw-dropping set-piece moments. We have some wonderfully choreographed and well-shot action, which is easy to follow. And the fight between Keanu and Yaya is just so
good.
Cool and sweet. It's so
they
great to
both
watch.
do they just, I don't know. You can tell they were on set just having fun and just doing what they do best.
I don't have any issues with this movie. It's funny because when the credits rolled, we had so many people complain. There was a woman in front of us. She got up and she was like, well, I fell asleep during that movie. That was stupid. I didn't realize I paid to see a love story. And I had people to my left complain, well, that wasn't anything like The Matrix. If you went and you made a full-blown sequel, then, you know, you're not going to fulfill anybody's power fantasies. If you did a reboot, you're not going to fulfill anybody's power fantasies. So, look, you know, they tried something new. They tried something bold.
I feel like I was a little disappointed in the depth of Neil Patrick Harris's character. I feel like they could have pushed it a little bit more menacing. Like, you know, it kind of took that part of the storyline a little bit further.
I can give you that.
I'm not that I wasn't dissatisfied. I wanted more because I thought it was so cool. Just his concept of being a bad guy and what he wanted to do with the Matrix. The Neo Trinity thing, it's like, obviously, I don't know what anybody thought was different, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the trailers do a good job of hiding the second half of the movie. I'll give them credit for that. You know, at least the main storyline of that, they really kind of make it seem like it's a love story kind of thing. And that, you know, Neo is stuck in the Matrix again, but there's a lot more to it than that. Honestly, this is a great movie. This is a great one to end the year on. Very excited. Give it, you know, 10 Keanus out of 5 Keanus.
Nah.
Mrs. Taco.
I would give it 3 Keanus.
I don't
There's
care.
always room for improvement. I'm not going to give it... Fine, I'll give it a 3.5.
No one's ever perfect. Nothing's a perfect 10. Whatever. You give it a what?
3.5 out of 5.
Oh, she went up half. That's nice.
Try seeing it in IMAX. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if you would actually see a difference, though.
So, yeah, let's talk about that just for a couple of seconds here. So we saw it in IMAX. It was like the best showtime available. No IMAX ratio change. This wasn't really shot in IMAX in any capacity from what I understand, so there's no resolution change or anything like that. The sound, though, the sound was on point. A lot of heavy super bass going on there, which I feel.
We do IMAX so much, I forget what regular sounds like. I don't
remember
it's
last
like
time we
normal
saw
to
a standard
me.
movie,
Yeah,
honestly.
I have no idea.
If you guys have seen The Matrix, let us know down in the comments below. If you think it sucks, like half the internet thinks, let us know down in the comments below. If you think it's awesome, like the other half thinks, let us know down in the comments below. And until next time, guys, this has been VHS Tacos signing off. We will see you in the next year with some new movies.
Ooh,
I think Morbius is up first.
Is it? Oh, so close.
God help us all. Adios.